Hey guys, Cassandra Starseed. This is going to be Tablet 6, and before I actually read it, it will benefit you to know a little bit about before what this talks about. So up until this point, he's kind of been talking about how to master your chakra vortexes and journey into them, how to meditate, how to get into them. And so then he arrives talking about the abyss. And the abyss is something that is at length talked about by 𝒯𝒃𝓁𝒶𝓃𝓉𝓈, who I've been reading for a while now. And so I brought up some books to kind of show you, help you with this whole concept. So what we have left throughout the ages for us is this information. And actually, the book that Crowley learned the Kabbalah from was this one, the Kabbalah Unveiled, or so I've been told. So supposedly his mother gave him this book or something, or no, not his mother. I'm sorry, his mentor. Sometimes my brain switches words. So his mentor. This was one of the first books that he was given on Kabbalah, and so that is what I got so that I could study it in the same way. And luckily, I have a renewed edition of it, not like he would have had a long time ago, but this one actually has a really great map in it. So, yeah. This is the Sephiroth Tree of Life, the Kabbalistic Tree of Life. This is your map. You can just search Kabbalistic Tree of Life, you'll get the same thing. Those are the pathways to get to the 𝒯𝒃𝓁 at the top. Now, the veil is just before you cross the top here. So that's the abyss. That's what I'm trying to explain here, is he's talking about how you cross that veil and cross the abyss. And that is something that Crowley definitely had trouble with. And there is, this is a really great book that I'm starting to have more appreciation for, obviously, the Book of Thoth by 𝒯𝒃𝓁𝒁. And I also have Crowley's deck that goes along with it, so I've been able to use it a lot more now. Yeah, and obviously there's the Tree of Life in here. Let me see if I can just find the page. No. My tattoo's in here. Come on. It was right in the beginning. Come on now. Okay, here it is. That is the map. And basically, your abyss is right here. So this is what Thoth is going to talk about crossing. And the way that you get through this, and what I mean is like the astral map. When you explore your chakras, you're going to go to these places. And basically, this is the map of how to master and get to the top. And that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. Is he's talked about how to get into those places by commanding and saying the words and things like that. And now he's going to talk about crossing the abyss, and basically, like, it blows my mind that these were written so long ago, and even with all of the Crowley knowledge that I have, like, it's obvious that like, as Thoth says, so many people are taken over by the Brothers of Darkness at that point, trying to cross the abyss, because, like said in the last chapter, if you are not filled with light, you will be taken over, basically. And so it's important to have relinquished your ego before you try to do these things, because if you don't have a good mind space and way to sometimes it's hard to put into words what I'm thinking. If you don't know how to dismiss the negative thoughts, like I've been talking about in all of my last videos before I started doing these tablets, really learning to banish, as Thoth says, you banish those thoughts that are not serving you. You want to let them go, not listen to them, and not be drawn into anything negative or harmful or anything that's not serving you good. So that is one thing that is absolutely a must, that you must learn before you do these things and go into these places. Otherwise, you're just going to be in the lower astral realms. You'll be dealing with all sorts of not good things, and that's what you'll see. So I would definitely encourage you guys to get a copy of the Kabbalah Unveiled if you're interested. You can learn yourself all about it. And I mean, I like the numerology stuff, but I'm more interested in journeying the realms than learning all of the numerology aspects. So basically, like, it goes into that a lot if you're into numerology, and basically that aspect of the Kabbalah, that it is very important, and it's a great divination tool, but it does help with learning about the realms and things like that. And the Book of Thoth, ditto. So before I start, I just want to say that basically there are the brothers of darkness that he refers to. They are the people that are aligned with their egos, that have become lost in this abyss, that cannot cross it. And so basically that's what we have here on Earth with this whole New World Order thing, is a whole bunch of people that have, as he says of the brothers in Atlantis who were filled with darkness, they were calling it up because they wanted the power, but they had not become pure enough to be filled with light. And so they got absorbed with this, and that's the same problem that we have here now. So you want to make sure that you're not adding to the problem, basically, if you are doing these studies, so that when you go into it, you have mastered the 5 elements. There's a series of documentaries on YouTube that everybody should watch if you are interested in this type of work, and it shows you how to master your elements really well. You have to understand that it's about really not listening to your ego as much, and not listening to the negative stuff. For me, that's one and the same. So basically, it's called the Science of the Secret, the Great Work, and there are like 6 parts to it, and it tells you how to master all the aspects of the self and the soul, the material plane, the mental plane, the emotional plane, the spiritual plane. It's really amazing. You guys should watch that if you're interested, but make sure you do learn how to manage yourself in all of these ways before you start out on this path, because you will be overtaken by darkness if you're not ready. So that's the dangerous part, and that's why a lot of people will look to do things in groups like this and have, get teachers and things, because in that aspect, doing it yourself can be dangerous if you don't have someone to help you. But I don't have any teachers myself. Other than my guides. I completely trust in my guides. So that's just the little, disclaimer. Definitely, get a good sense of your guides if you're gonna do it yourself. So, I know this is 10 minutes in already. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start reading it right now. Okay. Emerald Tablet 6, the Key of Magic. Hark ye, O man, to the wisdom of magic. Hark to the knowledge of the powers forgotten. Long, long ago, in the days of the first man, warfare began between darkness and light. Men, then as now, were filled with both darkness and light, while in some darkness held sway, in others light filled the soul. Aye, age-old is this warfare, the eternal struggle between darkness and light. Fiercely is it fought through all the ages, using strange powers hidden to man. Adepts have there been, filled with blackness, struggling always against the light. But others there are who, filled with the brightness, have ever conquered the darkness of night. Where'er ye may be in all ages and planes, surely ye shall know of the battle with night. Long ages ago, the sons of the morning descending found the world filled with night. There in that past time began the struggle, the age-old battle of darkness and light. Many in that time were so filled with darkness that only feebly flamed the light from the night. Some there were masters of darkness who sought to fill all with their darkness, sought to draw others into their night. Fiercely withstood they, the masters of brightness, fiercely fought they from darkness of night. Sought they ever to tighten the fetters, the chains that bind man to the darkness of night. Used they always the dark magic brought into man by the power of darkness, magic that enshrouded man's soul with darkness. Banded together in as order, brothers of darkness they through the ages, antagonists they to the children of men, walked they always secret and hidden, found yet not found by the children of men. Forever they walked and worked in darkness, hiding from the light and darkness of night, silently, secretly used their power, enslaving and binding the souls of men. Dark is the way the dark brothers travel, dark with the darkness not of the night. Traveling o'er earth, they walk through man's dreams. Power have they gained from darkness around them to call other dwellers from out of their plane in ways that are dark and unseen by man. Into man's mind space reach the dark brothers. Around it they close the veil of their night. There, through its lifetime, that soul dwells in bondage, bound by the fetters of the veil of the night. Mighty are they in the forbidden knowledge, forbidden because it is one with the night. Hark ye, O man, and list to my warning. Be ye free from the bondage of night. Surrender your soul not to the brothers of darkness. Keep thy face ever turned toward the light. Know ye not, O man, that your sorrow only has come through the veil of the light? No, through the veil of the night. Know ye not, O man, that your sorrow only has come through the veil of the night? I, man, heed of my warning, strive ever upward, turn your soul toward the light, for well know that those who have traveled far toward the sun on their pathway of light have great and yet greater power to bind with darkness the children of light. So, in other words, never listen to that voice of darkness that's always trying to be inside your head. Learn how to shut it out, and always be positive, and always keep going toward the light. Don't ever let things get to you that are outside forces. Always be the master of your own self. Okay. List ye, O man, to he who comes to you, but weigh in the balance if his words be of light. For many there are who walk in dark brightness, and yet are not the children of light. Easy it is to follow their pathway, easy to follow the path that they lead. But yes, O man, heed ye my warning. Light comes only to him who strives. Hard is the pathway that leads to the wisdom. Hard is the pathway that leads to the light. Many shall ye find the stones in your pathway, many the mountains to climb toward the light. Yet know ye, O man, to him that overcometh, free will he be of the pathway of light. Follow ye not the dark brothers ever. Always be ye a child of the light. For know ye, O man, in the end light must conquer, and darkness and night be banished from light. I like the way that sounds. Listen, O man, and heed ye this wisdom. Even as darkness, so is the light. When darkness is banished, and all veils are rendered, out there shall flash from darkness the light. Even as exist among men the dark brothers, so there exist the brothers of light. Antagonists they of the brothers of darkness, seeking to free men from the night. Powers have they mighty and potent, knowing the law the planets obey. Work they ever in harmony and order, freeing the man's soul from bondage of night. Secret and hidden walk they also, known not are they to the children of men. Yet know that ever they walk with thee, showing the way to the children of men. Ever have they fought the dark brothers, conquered and conquering time without end. Yet always light shall in the end be master, driving away the darkness of night. I, man, know ye this knowing, always beside thee walk the children of light. Masters they of the sun power, ever unseen, yet the guardians of men. Open to all is their pathway, open to he who will walk in the light. Free are they of 𝒯𝒶𝒷𝓁𝒶𝓃, free of the halls where life reigns supreme. Sons are they and lords of the morning, children of light to shine among men. Like man they are, and yet are unlike. Never divided were they in the past. One they have been in oneness all, eternal. Throughout all space since the beginning of time. Up did they come in oneness with the All One. Up from the first space, formed and unformed. Given to man have they secrets that shall guard and protect him from all harm. He who would travel the path of a master, free must he be from bondage of night. Conquer must he the formless and shapeless. Conquer must he the phantom of fear. Knowing must he gain of all the secrets, travel the pathways that lead in through the darkness. Yet ever before him keep the light of his goal. Obstacles great shall he meet in the pathway, yet press on to the light of the sun. Now to thee I give my secrets, how to meet the dark power, meet and conquer the fear from the night. Only by knowing can ye conquer, only by knowing can ye have light. Now I give thee my knowledge, known to the masters, the knowing that conquers all the dark fears. Use this, the wisdom I give thee, master thou shalt be of the brothers of night. When unto thee there comes a feeling, drawing thee nearer to the dark gate, examine thine heart and find if thy feeling thou hast come from within. If thou shalt find the darkness in thine own thoughts, banish them forth from thy place in thy mind. Send through the body a wave of vibration, irregular first, then regular second, repeating time after time until free. Start the wave force in thy brain center, in your pineal gland. Direct it in waves from thine head to thy foot. So basically, give yourself these waves of vibration of positiveness and banish out any negative thoughts from within you, like I was saying when I started this. But if thou findest thine heart is not darkened, be sure that a force is directed to thee. Only by knowing can thou overcome it. Only by wisdom can thou hope to be free. Knowledge brings wisdom, and wisdom is power. Attain, and ye shall have power over all. Seek ye first a place bound with darkness. Place ye a circle around about thee. Stand erect in the midst of the circle. Use thou this formula, and thou shalt be free. Now listen carefully, guys. Raise thou thine hands to the dark space above thee. Close thou thine eyes, and draw in the light. Call to the spirit of light through the space-time, using these words, and thou shalt be free. Fill thou my body with the spirit of light. Come from the flower that shines through the darkness. Come from the halls where the 7 lords rule. Name them by name, I, the 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By their names I call them to aid me. free me and save me from darkness of night. Untanas, Kertas, Kital, and Goyana, Huertal, Semveta, Ardal, by their names I implore thee, free me from darkness and fill me with light. Know ye, O man, that when ye have done this, ye shall be free from the fetters that bind ye. Cast off the bondage of the brothers of night. See ye not that the names have the power to free by vibration the fetters that bind? Use them at need to free thou thine brother, so he too may come forth from the night. Thou, O man, art thy brother's helper. Let him not lie in the bondage of night. Now unto thee I give my magic. Take it and dwell on the pathway of light. Light unto thee, life unto thee, sun may thou be on the cycle above. So that's the end of Tablet 6. So if you guys have any questions, you can let me know. I encourage you to get a PDF of this version and study the names, study the formulas, and study the rituals and things that he talks about. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to have any more time to do any more of these today, but I will see if I can get a few more up before I go to 𝒯𝒽𝒁𝒃. Alright. Well, I'm going to go upload this, and love and light, guys. Any questions, let me know.